Valerie Rodriguez, Sales Enablement Program Manager and Ops Manager. There's a lot of operations that we do. I work for ConvergeOne, also known as C1. We just rebranded with our new values. And I've been with the company a combination of 24 years now. We've had I started with a company that was purchased and then, but I've been there from the beginning, so it's been an adventure. Love being in the enablement field. I wasn't always in the enablement field. In my earlier days, I was human resources, and then I had twins. So I kind of stepped down from my role in HR, but I continued to work, and I helped at the time develop a new training department for our customers. And then when we were purchased at the time it was NACR, now it's C1, they brought me into their training department, and I ultimately ended up running our customer training department for 10 years. And then recently, within the last 4 years, my boss approached me and asked if I would like to join our team. And I said, absolutely. I had never done sales enablement, although there's a lot of training involved, so I had that under my belt. And I'm so accustomed to working with the sales team, so that was easy for me. And that's how I found out about Highspot from working on the sales enablement team, and it's been fantastic. Prior to Highspot, we were using mostly SharePoint and our intranet. There was a lot of content on there. But what I've noticed is that with Highspot, there's so much more involved. There's analytics and that, so we didn't have any of that prior to Highspot. So with Highspot coming on, bringing Highspot into our organization has been huge, because now you can the teams can just share content right from there. They don't have to, there's no download, there's no attach it to an email. It's just simplified it. As far as, keeping up with the content, that is honestly a team effort. I mean, it involves marketing. We've got our product marketers. We've got, all engineers, that everybody kind of helps out with the content and makes sure that we keep it updated. It's always the latest and greatest. Highspot does make it tremendously easy for us as far as running reports and seeing, okay, what hasn't been looked at for the last year? Do we really need this? It's taking up space. If nobody's looking at it, why do we still have it in here? So that's been a huge benefit to be able to run those. Definitely be, our product launches and making sure that we're bringing it to market in a timely way and doing it, strategically. Working with all the teams and just being strategic in how we're bringing things to market. So we've all kind of aligned, like with sales, marketing, all, the departments we're kind of just lining up, and then marketing has their hand in it. Enablement comes in with the sales methodology part of it and, ties that in. It's been, we're excited for what's to come for 2025 because we've got a lot of things coming down the pike. So it'll be interesting. To support our product launches, we use Highspot with sales plays. We've got about 10 to 15 sales plays that we use now, and they have been phenomenal. What's awesome is that, once you do a sales play, it's not over. We're working with technology, so things are constantly updating, coming out with new things. So it's really just going into the sales play and getting that new information in there and making sure that we're putting that out to our teams and saying, hey, make sure you're checking out this new update that we have in the sales play, whether it's through a newsletter, an internal call that we have. So Highspot has been tremendous with that. Also with our pitching, the pitching templates, the digital sales rooms, we make sure we kind of tie that all into the product launches as well. So that's been huge. I would say where Highspot has really helped us is making sure that, we work with so many different partners, and there is just information overload coming out, right? And Highspot really helps us stay organized. We have all of our partners have their own pages. So when a new rep is coming into the organization, it's really important for us to show them, look at what go to Highspot. Here's where you're going to find all the information you need to get you started, whether it's, through the partner dealership regs, all kinds of things that are on there, training, and information. We even tie that into if certain partners are, part of our sales plays, we'll tie them into our sales plays. So it's all kind of connected. But it makes it easier for the reps when they're, trying to keep up with this. They don't have to know everything. They have a place that they can go when they're speaking to a customer about, because a lot of our stuff is consultative selling, right? So it's not just here, I have a widget I want to sell you. No, it's how can I help your business grow? How can I help you with positive business outcomes? And that's where Highspot has really done a fantastic job for us. As far as driving our business and the business impact through AI, we've looked at, for example, just one thing that comes to mind is just the coaching features that are now available, right? And we saw some of that at the Highspot conference, that, you don't need a person to basically tell you how you did on a call anymore. You can have the system automatically feed you what things you did well at and what things maybe you need to improve. So that's just one small sample of how AI is helping, us as an organization. We also have where we can have the reps record the mantra for our sales methodology, and the system can recognize, the tone. Did I speak too fast? Did I, and I use it too when I have meetings, so that it helps me to kind of, I'm saying this word way too much. I need to dial it back. So that's one of the ways that we're working on, using it to benefit our company. I can't say enough about the support that we've been given from the Highspot team, and they're just fantastic people to work with. We get along, we like each other, we just talk about, things that friends talk about, but then we get down to business, and they know, certain things that I ask, I don't even have to finish the sentence. They're like, oh, I gotcha, hold on, let me get that for you. So it's been fantastic. Yeah, I would say, believe it or not, when we brought Highspot on, we received resistance. There were some people that were really happy, oh, we've been waiting for this, and then there's those people that are very old school. They like doing it their way, and so the challenge has been adoption for us, and because there's a lot of teams working now in Highspot, building out pages, with a lot of content in there, and we got to, it was all about adoption. So, and we did that through just repetitive, making sure we're getting in front of the reps, getting them from the get-go in onboarding. So when we have onboarding, we have them come in and we'll do like training, on them. And then there's part of it, you kind of have to sell it yourself, right? So you have to like, what's in it for them? So when I do the training for Highspot, I make sure that I bring the energy, I bring the excitement, and I show them this is so cool. Look at what it can do. And and I make sure that I speak their language. Like, you guys have a lot on your plate to track, right? Look at this engagement center. This is going to keep you organized. Look at this thing. So, and once they see it and they're like, oh, I didn't know it could do that. That's really cool. And then even just the pitches, like the templates that our marketing team has put together for like a lot of our events. It's like, there's a lot of resources going into this. You guys need to use this, right? And so, and showing them just how easy, like, look, share here. Like, this is all you have to do. And now it's out there, and it's been fantastic. And they've embraced it. In fact, just the other day, I had one of our new hires. He went through a class with me for Highspot, and then he followed up with me. Hey, can you help me with a couple things? Sure, no problem. Got on a call. And then after the next day, he messages me and says, this is a game changer. Because he was getting real time when he was sending out like a digital sales room or a pitch, he was getting that real time. This person looked at it. This person downloaded it. He's like, this is incredible. I said, yes, that is the insight we're talking about. That is so valuable for you because now you see who's interested. You see they downloaded it, they shared it. Now you know when to follow up, right? Like, hey, he just looked at it yesterday, so tomorrow morning I'm gonna give him a call, see what he thought about that, So it's pretty neat. Be able to be adaptable. Being adaptable, especially in today's world, things are constantly changing on us. Things are moving fast. And I have a feeling with AI, things are just really going to explode over the next few years. So just being positive, being positive, looking at things as, challenges are opportunities, as we just heard in our at the conference today. You have to embrace the change, especially if you're in the technology industry. It's inevitable. So just get used to it and accept it and be positive about it because there's a lot of great change coming. So, a lot of these things that are coming out now can help us be more efficient, can help us focus on bigger things rather than some of that minute stuff. A lot of that we can have that now taken care of for us where we can get to the bigger things. I'm going to say Highspot is efficient. It's efficient, which is very needed in our crazy work life, right? We need efficiency. It's been just the idea of being able to run a report at will and just say, hey, what content is being viewed the most over the last quarter, right? And getting those analytics is huge for us and that also helps our marketing teams to know, all right, what kind of content is being consumed versus what are some of the things that are kind of just not really important to, the sellers at this point. So, Highspot is definitely efficient, and I personally love it because I find, like when I'm building out a smart page or like I just did a new page for our funding department. We didn't have funding on Highspot, so I had created it, and people are chomping at the bits now going on there, and so you get to see like, wow, the work I just did is actually being utilized. Like people are looking at it, people are using it, and they need it. So yeah, it can be rewarding from that point of view.